Kia ora, everyone. We know that 80% of Kiwi women rate their financial well-being as moderate, low, or very low. It Starts with Action is a 3-month campaign being led by the Financial Services Council in conjunction with Te Ara Hangaora Retirement Commission to essentially change this statistic and grow women's financial confidence and well-being. I'm Clarissa, and I'm leading this project together with some incredible colleagues from around the industry. Over 80 supporters are now championing the campaign in vastly different ways. And we're encouraging everyone to take action, big or small, to make some form of impact on women's financial wellbeing. Now, one of those supporters is Forsyth Barr. Forsyth Barr offers a world-class team of advisors here in New Zealand who deliver innovative financial services and investment opportunities supported by award-winning local and global research. So here today, I've got Trish Oakley, who is head of Forsyth Barrs Summer KiwiSaver Scheme, and Katie Beith, head of ESG, to share a little bit about what their team has been working on in support of the campaign. So welcome, Katie and Trish. It's great to have you here. The first question I have for you is what appealed to you about this campaign? Why is Forsyth Barr supporting it?
Good morning, Riss, and thank you for all your fantastic work on this really important conversation. Forsyth Barr was really keen to participate. We've worked with New Zealanders in supporting them with their wealth over 80 years, and it's really important that we continue this conversation and help build confidence in wahine across New Zealand. So for us to participate, it was a natural extension of what we do. And for me personally, being involved in the research committee with Financial Services Council, it really highlights to me the importance of this activity.
I started at Forsyth Barr in November last year, so I'm relatively new to the role, and definitely wanted to sort of work on developing that network of women within the organisation. And it was great when we heard about the initiative. It was something that resonated really well with both Trish and I, and over our careers, and what we've seen in terms of differing abilities of women as they've come to terms and grasped and worked through becoming financially well. And I think, there's a lot of people at a range of different journeys. And when we reflect back to the early parts of our careers and the support that, we could have done with, and, I guess we wanted to start building and promoting that within Forsyth Barr, where it was, if it wasn't already happening, just develop it more fully and create those opportunities for different people to connect across the organisation, no matter what age or background or where they're located.
Fantastic. Now, I'm really interested to hear more about what exactly it is you decided to do, because it is a little bit different to the approach that some other organisations have taken in a really good way. And so I'm wondering, Katie, if you could maybe explain a bit about what Forsyth Barr has decided to do and some of the conversations you're having. And then maybe, Trish, I might go to you just to explain a bit why you decided to focus internally as opposed to externally.
Yeah, well, once we sort of, Trish and I got together and started brainstorming what this might look like internally for Forsyth Barr. And it was very apparent that we've got some really amazing women here, as it is, who have got phenomenal stories to tell and life lessons that they've learned and advice to give, and, both personal and financial. And we really, we're tapping into that already. And so this was a really great way of, building a network, getting to know people and sharing learnings across the organisation using our internal resources that we have and are often unknown. So I guess that's when we first started thinking about calling on individual people within the organisation to do Zoom conversations where they could talk about their careers, their learnings, how, some financial bits of financial advice along the way, sort of interwoven within conversations. And we've had a range of speakers from across the organisation, from sort of quite senior people to also our next one coming up. We have a graduate intern who's giving her perspective as well. So we've had we've had directors and we've had staff, and we've had a real range of people kind of talking, and it's been an excellent way to get to know people.
I think across the business, whether it's taking from the office junior to one of our directors, we've got some fantastic talent, and it's really easy to be skilled in your own particular area. And what we wanted to do was open up a network where if there was a research report published or some market activity, and the markets are pretty volatile at the moment, we wanted to create a safe space where women across the business could reach out to their colleagues and just seek a little bit of understanding about what's going on. And what we've done is we've, in addition to these Zoom sessions, we've created the Coffee Cup Challenge, and we're getting people to connect over their morning or afternoon coffee, just introduce themselves to each other, talk a little bit about what their role is, and take the conversation wherever they want to, and building those networks. So when something is happening or we publish some information and you're just not sure about it, you can pick up the phone and have a conversation with somebody. So that's been a really positive outcome for us.
One of the ones that was really interesting was with Tina Simons, one of our board members, and she had a very sort of open conversation with us, and we talked quite a lot about imposter syndrome that seemed to resonate a lot with everybody. And I think that sort of the raw storytelling of your ups and downs in your life got a really great reception in that one.
We've also talked about things like, being brave, that kind of notion of feeling the fear and doing it anyway. So putting your hand up, participating, using your voice, being confident. And we've balanced that a little around many of us are working mums, and, we're juggling our career and our families. And so fantastic to have a conversation with our managing director, who talked about, being sideline present as well. And, there's recognising that we're whole people, and it's the balance of everything that builds up our rich life. And so it's been really positive conversation. Interwoven in all that is questions about money. So we'll often ask, who taught you about money? What's some of the best advice that you've received about money? How do you discuss it with your kids? Those types of questions that just open up the conversation.
What kind of feedback have you gotten so far, or what kind of impact have you seen just after the sort of 4 or so sessions that you've already had?
So what we do after each session is we send out an anonymous survey, and we use that to make sure that we're keeping on track, and we incorporate any feedback into the subsequent sessions. And what we're hearing is that people really value the personal conversations. They can relate to what they're hearing, and they're really enjoying the ability to connect with their colleagues in a way that perhaps they haven't been previously. It's really easy to get isolated to your own office, and what we're doing is opening the conversation out across the country, across all our branches. So I think that's some of the really positive comments that's coming through.
What kind of level of support have you had from within Forsyth Barr and some of your colleagues?
Yeah, it's been really great, actually. And I think, we started off with getting some support from marketing. We've had support from managers encouraging their staff to, take the time off during the day to listen to these. So it's been, and the feedback that's come as well from different colleagues across the organisation when we have had really great conversations that have inspired people. They've caused a real buzz around the office, and that feedback has resonated, through different channels to us. So, broadly, it's been an excellent initiative and I think, we'll build on it going forward, and we're just really looking forward to future conversations and hearing more stories.
And I think the really positive thing, Katie, is that we've got so many people that have put their hands up to lead a session for us. So we've got activity planned out across the remainder of the year, which is a really good sign that people are enjoying the conversation.
What do you think is going to happen after that in terms of the longer term impact that you want to have and some of the conversations that you want to see and the change you want to see?
What we'd really hope to see is that this initiative doesn't finish in 2022. And in fact, it's something that continues for some time to come. And as we grow our confidence internally, what it naturally does is lends itself to having a conversation externally and getting in behind what I'm sure, Clarissa, is going to be an ongoing campaign for the FSC as well, because it's such an important discussion to have. So we think that we can build on this over time and, utilising the feedback to shape it in the direction we need to.
And also, building a network is constant. It needs constant work, and as does maintaining relationships. And just opening up that accessibility to build that between people and to build the network, I think is really important. But it's not something, it's not a set and forget. So we'll keep building the network over time, and we'll stop and reflect once we've finished, this round of talks towards the end of the year, and reflect and we've got some great sort of feedback questions as well, kind of trying to check in around how confidence is building and amongst women across the network. And so we'll take a look at if we have achieved our goals and what we might do differently, or how we take things forward. And as Trish said, I guess starting to think about our clients and external facing initiatives could be something that we build on in future years.
Well, thanks so much, Trish and Katie, for sharing a bit more about what Forsyth Barr is doing as part of this campaign. And if you're watching this, you too can also get involved with the It Starts With Action campaign. Just visit fsc.org.nz, or you can get in touch with us via email, fsc@fsc.org.nz.